Hi, I'm doing the letter recognition, say it and trace it lesson. Okay, here we go. Alright, so the first letter of the alphabet is where we are going to begin, which is the letter A. And so we're going to look at these cards that have the little green dot at the top. That is where we're going to start, and the red dot is where we're going to end. You can tell it feels kind of funny. That's how we know we're going in the right direction. So you can see there's a green dot right there that we're going to start there too. All right, and I'll show just so you can see. Okay, so starting with the uppercase A, we're going to trace these together first. So A, start from the top to the bottom, down, and across. A, good job. Now let's do the lowercase. We're going to go around town and down. Again, around and down. All right, so now I'm going to have you trace them on your own. It's your turn. Okay, good job. So now I want you to watch me write this letter so you can see what it looks like whenever I write it, just how we traced it. So with the uppercase A, we start from the top, we go down, trace it with me as I do it. Down, good. Down, good. Across, good. Now we're going to do lowercase. So we start here, we go around, good, and down. Nice. See how it looks the same? Yay. Okay. So next is going to be the letter B. Kind of move quicker than this. Okay, so letter B, we're going to start with the uppercase and trace it together again. We start from the top, then we go down. One, go back up to the top, we go around once, around twice. All right, let's do it again. B. Around once, around twice. Good job. All right, let's do the lowercase together. Start at the top always with the green dot. We go down one, and then we give him a big old belly in the front. Down and around. Good job. All right, so I want you to go ahead and trace it yourself. Nice, and I'll show you how we write it. So we start from the top, trace it with me. What letter is this? B, good job. Okay, we're gonna go down, start up at the top again, we go around and around. Next one is B, we go, start from the top always, down, and give him a big old belly in the front. Good. All right, next letter is C. So, this one's pretty easy. Let's trace it together. Starting from the top always, uppercase C, C. Nice. Let's do this one. C, lowercase. Good job. All right, now do it yourself. And what letter is this? Nice. C. Okay, so we're gonna do it on the whiteboard. Watch me write it as you trace it. So we're gonna do C. Ready? Uppercase and lowercase. Good job. Letter C. All right, next is the letter D. So I don't know. I'm missing my card for this. So let's start with so this is our letter D. Sorry, I don't know if I said that. Start with the uppercase. Let's trace it together. We start from the top always at our green dot, and we go down, go back up, and around. Nice. All right, let's move to our lowercase. We go from the top, down, go to this middle dot, and go around. Looks similar to our B, but instead of a belly, he has a diaper. So we go down and backwards and around. Nice. So I want you to trace them again on your own as I write them and watch me. All right, so for the uppercase, we go top down, always, go back up and around. Good job. For D, we go top down, go to this middle point, give him a diaper, around. Good job. All right, next letter is gonna be E. So let's trace it together. What letter is this? E. Good job. So we're going to go to the top. We go down. And then we're going to go back up to the top. This one's kind of tricky. So we go 1. Oh, this one's having go to the bottom. It doesn't matter. Top or bottom. I go from the top. Top to the bottom. Start from the top. Go across. Middle. Down. Good job. Okay, well, from here, we're going to start in the middle instead of at the top. It's probably the only letter we do that with. But we're going to go out and around. Go out and around. Good job. So I want you to trace them on your own. And what letter is this? E. Good job. Alright, so I'm going to write it as you trace it. Down. Good job. Alright, you can start from the top or the bottom. Across, across, across. And do you notice that the middle line is shorter than the other ones? The top and the bottom lines? That's important. Good job. Okay, now let's do the lowercase. Start in the middle this time. Out and around. Good job. Alright, next letter. We're going to trace it together. This is our letter F. So we start from the top always. We're going to go down and across and across. Perfect. Now let's do our lowercase. Start up here, trace it together. We go around, kind of like a candy cane, and then give them some arms across. Around, across for our letter F. Alright, go ahead and trace them on your own. And what letter is this? F. Good job. So I'm going to write it as you trace it one more time. Uppercase, we start from the top, we go down. Good. And across and across. F, we're going to start from the top, we do our candy cane. Good. And give them an arm. Nice. Alright, next letter is going to be G. So let's trace it together. Again, get our fingers out. We started at a green dot at the top always. In this letter G, we go around and give them an arm inside. So let's go around, inside. Good job. Alright, so for G, we're going to give him a head. So we're going to go around, and then he has a little arm down here. Good job. Around and down. Nice. Alright, so go ahead and trace it on your own. And what letter is this? G. Good job. Okay. I'm going to write it as you trace it. So for our uppercase, remember we go around, inward arm. Nice. Lowercase g, we're going to go around and down and up. Yep. Good job. Alright, so the next letter is H. So let's trace it together. Start from the top always. Let's get our fingers and trace from the green dot down. Now he's different. He has two of these. So we go over here, down, and connect them with an arm. Nice. Kind of like an A, but they don't connect to the top, right? All right, let's do lowercase. And we're going to go top, bottom, top, down, and around. So we don't stop on this one. We go down and around. Nice. All right, so I'm going to have you trace them on your own. And what letter is this? H. Good job. Okay, and I'm going to write them as you trace it. So we start from the top, down, to his other leg, down, and connect them across. Good. So now we're going to go for the lowercase. It's going to be, remember, one movement, down and around. Down and around. Nice. All right. Next letter is I. So let's go ahead and trace them together. Uppercase, we start at the top always. Across, across, and connect them. So just like an H, but he's tall instead of long. So across, across, and down. Next, let's do our lowercase. And what letter is this? I. Nice. Okay, so we're going to go top to bottom and then give him a little crown. Top to bottom, crown. Nice job. So go ahead and trace it on your own as I write it with you. So we're going to go across, nice, across, down, okay. And for lowercase, we go down and give him a dot. Nice. Okay, next letter is going to be J. So let's go ahead and trace it together again. Starting at the top, we're going to go down and around. Nice. Kind of looks like an umbrella, right? Down and around. And then we're going to give him a top. Across. Down and around and across. Nice. Lowercase j, we're going to do down and around again. Do it with me. Down and around. And then instead of that tabletop, we're going to do a dot. Okay, go ahead and trace it on your own. And what letter is this? J. Okay, so I'm going to trace it with you as you say it. Sorry, couldn't think of the words. Okay. So yep, down and around. Nice. And across. Tabletop. Good. Lowercase j, down and around, and dot. Nice. Okay. I'm like losing my voice. Okay. So next is our letter K. We're going to start with our uppercase. Get our fingers out. Start at the top, always. We're going to go down. And then, this is kind of fun, we're going to go in, out. Always touching this line, though. So we go down, in, and out. Okay? So we're going to do K. We go down, in, out. Same thing, it's just smaller. And notice how it connects lower there. Go ahead and trace it on your own. And what letter is this? K. Good job. So I'm going to write it as you trace it. So down, in, out. Lowercase, down, in, out. Nice. All right, next letter is going to be L. Starting with their uppercase, let's trace it together. Down, and then he has an arm to the side. So we go down to the side. Nice. Lowercase is super easy. We just do down. One line. All right, you trace it. Tell me what letter it is. L. Good job. And I'm going to write it as you trace it. One more time. Down and arm. Good job. And then lowercase, down. Nice. Okay, next letter is going to be M. So let's start with our uppercase. Start from the top always. We're going to go down. Actually, I scratched that. We're going to start from the bottom on this one. I think it would be easier. So we're going to start from the bottom. We're going to go up, down, like a zigzag. Up, down, down. Nice. Let's do our lowercase. Start from the bottom. Or no, I'm sorry. We start from the top, always, hello. Okay, we're going to go down and around and around. Nice. Okay. I am going to write it as you trace it on your own. And what letter is this? M. Good job. Okay. We go up, down, nice. And for lowercase, we go down and around and around. Cool. Okay. Next letter is going to be the letter N. So we start with our uppercase. Let's trace it together. We're going to go up, down, and up. Kind of like an M, but less zigzag. So up, down, and up. Nice. So for lowercase, we're going to go down and around. Just once instead of twice, like an M. Down and around. Nice. So trace it on your own as I write it with you. I'm going to go up, down, up. Nice. And then down and around. Good job. And what letter is this? N. Nice. Okay. Next letter. We are almost there, everybody. Okay, this letter is O. Good job. Okay, so we're going to start from the top always. We're going to go all the way around. Easy peasy. This one's the same, just smaller. All the way around. Nice job. All right, go ahead and say it with me. What letter is it? O. Okay, trace it on your own as I write it. All the way around. All the way around. Good job. Okay, next letter is P. So, we're going to start from the top. We go down, and he gets, and around. He gets a head at the top. So, down and around. Good job. Lowercase p is the same thing, just smaller. So, we're going to go down and around. Nice. I'm going to write it as you trace it. And what letter is this? P. Good job. Down and around. Good job. And for lowercase, it's going to be smaller. Down and around. Good job. All right, our next letter is crazy Q. It's fun to trace because it's crazy, and it's easy too. So for uppercase Q, we're going to start at the top always. We go all the way around, big circle, and then we get him a crazy arm to the side. Nice. All the way around, crazy arm. Good job. All right, so now we're going to do lowercase. We start from the top. We go all the way around and down. All right, what letter is this? Q. Good job. All right, now you trace it while I write it and tell me what letter it is. Q. Good job. This is uppercase Q and lowercase q. Around and down. Good job. Oh, my throat. All right, next letter is R. Let's start with the uppercase and trace it together. Top. We're going to top to bottom. 1. Good job. We're going to go back up and around, and then he also has a crazy leg to the side. So down, around, crazy leg. Good job. Lowercase. This is our letter R. Good job. So we're going to go down and half around. Down and half around. Good job. Which letter is this? R. Good job. Now trace it as I write it. Down, around, crazy arm. Uppercase R. All right, lowercase, down, half around. Good job. That's our letter R. Okay, we're going to do our letter S. Okay, starting from the top always, uppercase, swooshy. We're going to go around and around. Around and around. Lowercase, same thing. Around and around. Around and around. Just smaller. So what letter is this? S. Good job. So trace it as I write it. Around and around. Around and around. Good job. Okay, let's do our letter T. So starting with our uppercase, we're going to give him a tabletop at the top. So across and down in the middle. Across and down. It's T. So for lowercase, we're going to go down and across. Down and across. What letter is this? T. Nice job. So trace it on your own as I write it with you. We're going to go across and down. That's uppercase T. So the second one, down, across. For our letter T. Good job. Okay. Let's do our letter U. Starting with our uppercase at the top, we're going to go whoop. Just one big swoop, like a smile. Whoop. Good job. Okay, let's do our lowercase. It's going to be a smaller whoop with a little tail. Whoop and down. Good job. So what letter is this? U. Good job. So now trace it with me as I write it. Our letter U. Good job. And our lowercase. Whoop and tail. Nice job. Okay. Next letter is our letter V. Starting with our uppercase, we go straight down and back up. Straight down and back up. Now the smaller one, straight down and back up. It's just smaller, same thing. All right, what letter is this? V. Good job. All right, now trace it as I write it. Our big V. Good job. And our little V. Good job. All right, W is our next letter. So our big W, we're going to start at the top. We go down and up and down and up. So just like our V, but twice. Down and up for our W. All right, our small W is going to be the same thing. Down, up. For what letter? W. Good job. All right, trace it as I write it. Our big W, down, up. Good. Small W, down, up. Nice, and that's the letter W. Okay, we're going to next do our letter X. So let's start with our big X. Start from the top. We're going to go all the way across, and then we're going to cross it through the middle. So across and across. That's our big X. X, X. All right, next one, or the small X is the same thing, just smaller. So across and across. Good job. And what letter is this? X. Nice. So, I'm going to write it as you trace it. So first our big X, across and across. Nice. Now our small X, across and across. And that is our letter X. All right, next is our letter Y. Second to last letter of the alphabet. Okay, so let's start with our big Y. We're going to start from the top. We're going to go down. And then we're going to go over here, do another down where they connect, and then we go all the way down to the bottom. Nice. Down, down, down. This is our big Y. Good. Okay, let's do our lowercase y. We're going to go down and all the way down. Down and all the way down for lowercase y. So go ahead and trace them on your own and tell me what letter they are. Y. Y. Good job. Okay, and trace it again as I write it with you. So down, down, down. Good job. A big Y. All right, small y, down and all the way down. Good job. Okay, last letter is our Z. Something is in my eyeball. Okay, so our big Z, we're going to start from the top. We're going to go across, down, across. Nice. So big Z. Across, down, across, big Z. Nice. So small Z, same thing. Across, down, across. All right, trace it on your own. Tell me what letter it is. Z. Good job. Okay, so I'm going to write it as you trace it one more time. Across, down, across. Good job for big Z. Now small z, across, down, across. All right, good job. And that is our whole alphabet. We have recognized and traced and seen how all of the letters are written.